Hello and welcome to the show. This is For Heathen's Sake, fighting the Viking army in Wessex, AD 870 to AD 871. There are 6 battles named in the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle over this short period of time, and we've arrived at the final one, Wilton. As Asa wrote, Alfred, almost against his will, for he did not think he could alone sustain the multitude and ferocity of the pagans, fought a battle with a few men, and on very unequal terms, against all the army of the pagans, at a hill called Wilton, on the south bank of the river. And after a long and fierce engagement, the pagans, seeing the danger they were in, turned their backs and fled. But oh, shame to say, they deceived their 2 audacious pursuers, and again rallying, gained the victory. So Alfred is really under the cosh here. He is front and centre leading the Anglo-Saxons, along with a cameo performance by Ian Wolfe as his lieutenant. King Baccus is still in charge for the Vikings at this stage in my campaign, but with the reinforcements has arrived King Guthrum, who has a lot of history around this sort of period. As already noted by Asa, Alfred's army is sorely outnumbered, so I've given the Anglo-Saxons 3 Huscarls, 3 Thanes, 6 groups of Select Feared and 12 of General Feared, and that is it. They are going to have a hard fight. Unsurprisingly, the Vikings will have numerical superiority. They will have 2 units of Berserkers, 3 of Huscarls, 4 of Veteran Herd, 9 Herdmen and 8 Bondi. Both armies will start with a morale clock of 8. I'm going to give a scenario bonus to Alfred if he escapes for 1 point. The ground is dominated by the River Wylye in the foreground and the hill towards the back end of the table as we look. It's fairly open terrain, as most of these battlefields are, apart from the boggy areas to the left and right hand side of the near foreground as you look. Alfred and his army are drawn up on the south side of the River Wylye, and the Vikings under King Baccus are on top of the hill. As an escape route for King Alfred, the River Wylye is fordable between the 2 groups of trees in the near foreground. This is it. It's the final showdown of AD 871. Let's get it on. So here we are behind Alfred's line. I'm not normally a fan of this sort of big line 'em up and charge, but I think this battle in particular lends itself to that. There's no mention of 2 divisions, and they're looking up the hill and see the Viking horde appear. It's like the Zulus at the old Battle of Rorke's Drift on the TV show, or TV film rather. There we go. Can Alfred survive? Right, that's it. Alfred's line is there. They can't move any further forward. They've got everybody in the line of the big shield wall. They're just going to have to suck it up and see what the Vikings can throw at them. Game on. Right, Berserkers are in. I'll try and punch a hole there right in the middle with Alfred. And the rest of the line are up. Right, the first combat with the Berserkers against the Thanes here and Berserkers against the Huscarls here. Right, so here it's 5 for the Berserkers and 6 for the Saxons. So that's a DMZ for the Berserkers. They'll learn them. And 6 against 5. So that's 9, 8 DMZ for Saxons. Okay, So morale clock, no change there for that round. It is the Saxon turn. Well, quite simply, they're going to rally if they can. Yes, they do. And that is it. Right, 6 for the Saxons and 4 for the Vikings. 11, 8. I think it's 10-8 actually. They don't get a first charge bonus and they're demoralised, but they still win. And here it's 4-6. DMZ for the Vikings. Right, Viking turn. Are they going to rally? 3 is not enough. I need a 4, and these guys do. Right, so it's the Viking move, and I'm thinking about doing something a bit sneaky. I've got the Berserkers attacking the front line there, and I don't want to push the rest of the main shield wall in whilst they're still there. However, on the Viking right, they have some better quality troops than a lot of this select feared. So I think I'm going to advance the right hand side of the Viking shield wall, smash in there and see where we go, and then try and loop behind and stop Alfred from escaping. So away we go. I'll also give support to those Berserkers there, and obviously a flank or overlap here with some more support. And old Guthrum will come around here as well, and he will attach here. The remainder of the Viking line will just hold there for the moment. Okay, so I think I'm going to start this end here, because these are general feared, so they'll be on 2, 3 with support, and these guys will be on 4, so it's 4-3 to the Vikings, which is 11-7. This is going to be 4-4. That's the DMZ for the Vikings. 4-4 is 11-8 to the Vikings. Now we have 5-4, which is 10-6. Oh, they nearly got a kill there. 5-4. 8-6, another DMZ. Here we're still on 5-4, which is again, it was just 5-4. That's a push. Now we're on 5-5. Here it's 5-6. Push. Alright, here it's 6, but oh, Guthrum's getting involved. 7-5, which is 12-8. So just a lot of DMZs at the moment. And finally 5. They've got -1 for the DMZ there against 4. And so that is 13-6. So they are killed. Berserkers have gone. And it will be no surprise after those number of DMZs for the Saxons that they drop on their morale clock to 7. Right, Saxon turn, they're rallying. They're normally 4, they all need a 5, so they have no, no, yes, yes, and here, no, and no. Oh, that's not so good. Right, movement. What does Alfred do? Bit loath to start pushing that line forward. I want to finish off those Berserkers, but I can't afford to flank them because that will mess up my shield wall So I think they hold. So the first combat will be here. It's 4 against 6. Alfred will stay out of it. Oh dear. So that's 8, 11. I guess we're going to continue here. So these chaps are on 2, 3, 4 against 5, 6, 4, 6, 10, 13. So they're double DMZ. This is where it might start to get a little bit nasty for the Saxons. Next one, 3, 4 against 6. That's a bit better. 12, 8. 5, 4. 11, 6. Oh, it's double DMZ. I thought that was a kill there. Not quite. All even on the morale clock at the moment, or the scores for it. Now, 4, 4. Which is 8, 12. 3, 5. Push back. Double DMZ. 3, 5. So that's a push. 3, 5. So that is 10, 10, 10, another push. 3, 4. Push back. And 3, 3. Which is a win for the Saxons. And final combat is 2, 3 against this, 3, 3. Which is 9, 6. Yeah, another DMZ for the Vikings. Right, the shield wall's starting to get a bit of a hole on the left-hand side. Saxons not doing too badly there, but they do drop another morale clock point. There were 5 to 4 points in the favour of the Vikings for that round. So they are down to 6 now. Right, rally for the Vikings. Yes. These chaps will need 6, and they don't get it. Again, 6, no, and they were disastrous rallying there. Okay, so not very good. So what do we do? What do we do? I think what I might do is get these Huskars in here. I'll support those berserkers. He will push forward here. Take advantage of that collapsing. Guthrum will go forward. If he pushes through here, then they've broken the line. They can't move. Push them forward, why not? And over on the end, I'm not quite sure what, I don't think they can swing around like that, so they're going to come here and then get in next time round. Right, we'll start here, why not? So they're on 4, 5, and they are on 3, 4, 5, so it's 5 all. It's a push, no effect on that. Here it's 6, 6. Which is a DMZ for the Vikings. Oh, I thought they were killed then. And here it's 4, 5 against 3, 4. 5, 4. So that's a DMZ and a pushback there. Now they're not supporting because they've just been pushed back. So here it's 4. Guthrum's involved 5 against 1. Which is 9, 5. So that is a kill. Right, here we have 3 against 4. So that's a push. 3 against 2. 3-2. Which is 8-10, so that's a DMZ for the Vikings. Here it's 3-0. 3-0. Which is a kill. General feared getting a kicking. And here it is 4-3, which is 11-8 for the Vikings. It's pretty one-way traffic at the moment, I have to say. Right, here it's 2-0, which is a kill. And then here it is 3-3, which is 10-6. That DMZ there. And I'm afraid to say, at the end of that round, it's a lot of points scored. I think it's 7 to the Saxons, 2 to the Vikings, so they drop another morale clock point to 5. And the general feared are getting nervous, so they need to take their one-time morale clock check because they've hit 5 and they're unreliable. So here we go. No. These guys. No. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. They can hear bad things happening up the other end of the line. Yes, they're okay. They're okay. And they're okay. Over on this end, starting on the left, yes, they're okay. I'm going to assume that comes off. These guys here, no. So it just goes over to them. These guys, no. So they're double. And they will drop back. They don't like the look of it. These chaps here, they're okay. And finally here, no. The line's wavering and they're staggering back. And it's chaos. Right. Hold the line, boys. We're starting to do the rally, so some of this might come straight off, and it does actually. Yeah. Here. Yes. They're doing well so far. Here, no, they needed 6, so that's no good. Here, no. Here, no, no, and yes, 8 is automatic anyway. Right, Saxon move. I can see the chaos on the left-hand side as we look. That line is just shattering at the moment. I'm not quite sure whether the Saxons want to push forward on the right just yet, but they might not have any chance to do so. Decisions. On the far left-hand side, I think this general feared will advance here. No, they won't. No, because they're giving support to them. Can't afford not to there. The rest of it, I can't really do much. All right, back to the middle. So Alfred will get involved this time. Let's try and kill off these berserkers. So they're on 7, and these chaps will be on 5. So it's 15-8. Oh, not quite a kill. And next door here it's 5 against 5. Which is 9-6. So they're pushed back. A good start to the round. Next combat, none here, none here. Right, here we have 3-4 against 3. So that's a pushback. It continues for the Saxons. Right, here it is 1 against 4. So that's 5, 11-5. Oh, that's double. And I think this is the last combat here. It's 3-3. Which is 10-4. So that's a kill for the Vikings. Okay, at the end of that is 3 points scored for both sides, so neither side drops on the morale clock. So that's quite lucky for the Vikings there, I think. Just got that kill at the end. Right, Viking rally, here we go. They need 5 and they've got it. These chaps will need 6 and they've got it. This is a bit better. 6 for these, no. And these, yes. 5, yes, got that with a 7, and finally over here they need a 6 and they've got it. That was a good rally round for the Vikings. Right, over here, I think there's going to be curtains for this gang. That's 1 there, and they will come in on the rear. So that's 2. They'll move around here for 3. They will advance here, and that's 4. 5. 6. 7. And I tell you what, old Baccus is going to get himself around here and come and support these guys. Right, starting on the left, I did forget I had one more move left, and these chaps will come in here to flank this feared group. Right, so this battle, or this fight, is going to be -2, 0 against 3. So that's 5, 1. Unsurprisingly, that is a kill. Right, here we have 0, 1 for support, less 1. So they're on 0, and these are on 4. 9, 3. It's a kill. It was still General Feared again, mown down. Scythed. Here it's 5, 0. Which is 12, 4. That's a kill. Here we have 5, 0. Which is 12. Oh, another kill. Oh, that's an absolute carnage. Carved up. Right, here it's 5 against 2. Which is 11, 5. That's a kill. Guthrum's gang is 4, 5, 6 with him against 5, 6, 5. So that's not all gone their way. So it's 9, 13. So that's a DMZ for the Vikings. First one, I think. And Alfred getting involved. He's on 7, and these guys are on 5. 7, 5 for the Saxons, which is 15, 7. DMZ. So 2 final DMZs at the end, but that was a pretty comprehensive thrashing of the Saxon line on the left as we look, and they lose another morale clock point. They're down to 4. Right, look at the carnage there on that side. The Vikings have really made a mess of that, and they're ready to sweep around and block Alfred's escape. He might not realise exactly what's going on at the moment. The rest of the shield walls just facing off, crashing their shields, stamping their feet, giving insults, but the real battle at the moment is over on the right as we look. The Vikings have done some damage. Right, for the Saxons, I've got to take 7 DMZ markers, and it ain't going to be pretty. I think I'm going to have to start thinning out the General Feared on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably the best I can do, but it's not good. Right, let's try and rally them immediately. They do not rally. This is the left-hand side of Alfred's line. These are Vikings because they got in the rear of the Saxons. Look at all the carcasses on the floor. So you can see they're all in front of the Vikings. There's nobody there apart from these 2. They will go forward. I think they have to. And in a last desperate attempt, I think the Saxons will have to push forward here. If they don't, well, they can't move. Oh well, see what happens. Right, so we're going to start here. These guys are on, I'm going to start on the right hand side, separate battle from the rest of it. So it's 4 against 3. Better than herd, which is 5-7. So not brilliant. And 4-4. Okay, in the middle, I think we'll start here. So these chaps are on 4-5-6 with Alfred against 3-4, 6-4. 7-9. DMZ for the Saxons. Right, and these chaps here, it's 4-5 against 3-4-5 with Baccus, so 5 all. And that is DMZ for the Saxons again. Right, 5 against 6. So that's yeah, 10-6. So DMZ for the Vikings. 5-6. So DMZ for the Saxons. It's one-way traffic. 5-5. Look at it. 5-5. Hoorah. 13-7. 4-5. So that's 11-6. And 3-4. Which is 10-6. No DMZ at the end. But I'm afraid it's too late. At the end of that round, the scores were 7-3 in favour of the Vikings, so the Saxons dropped to 3. So I've got 6 units to DMZ now. I'll have to take these off for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think that's all I can do. Right, so on to the Viking rally. These chaps are on 5. No. And again, yes, that's automatic. Yes. In the centre, the Berserkers here. No, they're pretty hopeless at the moment. These chaps, no, even though they've got Bagsec attached. Yes, automatic, that's a good one. That is it. Right, movement. We're going to start get some herd swinging around the back of the Saxons here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not worried about them, they're too far away. They will flank 5. They will advance here. Guthrum, what's he going to do? I'll leave him for the moment. They will flank. And they will advance. So we're going to pincer movement happening at the moment. Alfred needs to be careful. Okay, I'm going to start here. So it's 3, 4, back to 3 because they're flanked. And it's 3, 4, 5. Right, so it's 5-3 to the Vikings. 12-6. That is a kill. Ooh, Huskarls bite the deck. Bite the dust or hit the deck even. So that means here it's 4-5 with Alfred, but less 1. They're back to 4 against 4, 3, 4, 4, 4. Quite an even fight, but Alfred's involved. Ooh. Oh, double DMZ on the Berserkers, and they are killed. They've got nowhere to go. Here we've got 4, down to 3, down to 2, up to 3 because of support. So 3, 5. 4, 9. Kill. Saxons are dying in droves at the moment. Two, three, six. So 11, 12. Double DMZ. 2, 3, 5. 3, 5. So that's 10, 9. So that's DMZ for the Vikings. 5, 5. DMZ for the Vikings. And this is 1, 2 against 5. So 11. Let's just push back there. Double DMZ on the Saxons. And swinging over here, we'll start here because these chaps are on 4, so it's 4, 5 against 3, which is a double DMZ on the select feared, and it's 4, 2, which is 9, 6, another double DMZ. And of course, I forgot to move Guthrum. I'll move him over here. He's not going to take part in the combat, but there we are. He's sort of moved forward. So I've buggered that up. Okay, right. End of combat. And here we go. Saxons lost dramatically there, and they're down to 2 on their morale clock. Okay, so the Saxons have to do 4 DMZs this turn. They're down to 2 on the morale clock. 1, 2, 3. 4. Rally time for the Saxons. These chaps are on 6. No. Next ones, yes, they do. Remarkably. These guys here with Alfred, they go to +1, so they'll be on 3. Yes. 6. So that's a no, and that is, oh yes, just. So the end is nigh for the Saxons. They have got completely overwhelmed, and they're about to get cut off from their escape route. It is their move. Let's see what they can do. Not quite sure what to do. Well, they'll attack them, so they'll turn and face. Alfred's in a last ditch Huskarls against Huskarls there. Face off there with the Baccus. Let's see how that goes, and that's pretty much it. It's all very well Alfred running away, but he's got face to save. Anyway, so it's 4, 5 against 4. Ooh. 12, 5. That is a kill. Oh, now Baccus. What has occurred to Baccus? 3. Well, apparently he's captured. So I guess I'll stick him there for the moment. It says something about sticking him in the camp. We haven't got one. So I'm just going to stick him there. No, I'll tell you what. I'll just take him off the table for the moment. He's captured. Viking morale goes to 7 immediately. It does say, if no camp is on the table, he cannot be rescued. So, there we go. Alfred has got old Baccus in his little pocket. Well done to him. And I think the only other combat here is 3 against 4. Which is 6, 5. So it's a double DMZ there. So they're fighting back, the Saxons, but I don't think it's going to make much difference. And there's not enough points to drop anybody's morale clock this round because of the lack of combat. All right, Viking turn. Okay, first of all, rally. No. Yes. Yes. I think that is it. Movement. 1. So they're engaged again. Guthrum will hop across. 2. That's not 2. That's a different move. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. and 7. There's one die. I'll sweep around here. Alright, I'm going to be starting over here. So these chaps are on 3, down to 1, plus 1. So they're on 2. Oh, less 1 again. So they're on 1 against 4. 4-1 to the Vikings, which is 8-3. That's a kill. Forgot to move Guthrum again. Well, Guthrum will go with them. Keep them out of the way. Okay. Right, so these chaps are on 3 against 5. That's 8. 7. DMZ to the Saxons. I'll do this one now. They're on 3, down to 1, down to 0. They're on 4, 5. 5-0. Which is, oh, just a kill. Just got it there. Not by much. But it's a kill nevertheless. And we're on the major battle now. The 2 Huskarl groups here fighting Alfred on the right as we look with his Huskarls, and old Guthrum on the left. What's going to happen? Right, got a bit confused here. Ian Wolf, I'm not quite sure where he was actually, but he certainly wasn't with them because he's a Saxon and they're Vikings, so bugger that up a bit. Apologies. So we're back to this one. The final conflict is Guthrum here because old Baccus been captured. So it's the 2 Huskarls, so they're 5-5 and 1-1, so it's 6-6. Which is a DMZ for the Saxons. And unfortunately, yet again, that means that the Saxons drop a morale clock point. They're down to 1, and they need to do some more DMZs. And they're going to do 2, so these chaps are gone. Right, Viking rally. They do not rally. So movement, they will go there. They will turn there. 2. They will turn about. They will advance. And the Vikings are rampaging now. Oh, he needs to move. He can evade, so he'll probably go and join Alfred, to be honest. Should have done that earlier. My error in my excitement. I think that's pretty much it. Right, we only have 1 combat. I'm not going to allow Ian Wolf to fight this round. Well, why not? I suppose he ought to. So it's 4, less 1 is 3, 4, 5 against 5. 5-5. Push. From both sides, I think. By the way, if I'm getting a little bit confused, I do apologise. It's new rules for me. It is New Year's Eve, and I am having a drop of rouge to keep me going for this campaign. And the last final battle, I'm getting a little bit excited at times, and I do tend to forget when I'm doing solo. So I do apologise for that. But here we go. Let's see what happens in the last vinegar strokes of the battle. Right, so it is Saxon rally. They have rallied. Well done them. The only movement they can do is these chaps here who, I don't know, well, what are they going to do? They're going to stay there. They're going to turn around and they're going to run away. They can't run away immediately. They can't move because they're in combat. So it is 6 against 5. They lose. There's not enough points for a morale clock loss. Guess it's the Viking turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll move it in. They're cutting off Alfred's escape. So the major battle in the centre is 4. Less 1 is 3. Flanked twice is 1. Plus the 2 leaders back up to 3. Against 4, 5, 6. 6-3 to the Vikings. 13-5, that's a kill. Huskarls are hacked to pieces, defending Alfred and Ian Wolf. They're gone. Now, let's roll for Ian Wolf. What happens to him? 6. He's escaped. He's gone. Alfred. 8. He's escaped and gone. And that is it. The end of the battle. The Saxons just have 1 unit in the field at the moment. They're going to get hacked to bits very shortly. But Alfred and Ian Wolf actually escape the battle. Look at the death and destruction. It's quite funny actually. Look at it. It makes a shield wall itself, all those carcasses on the deck. But that was one-way traffic for the Vikings there. No great surprise, to be honest. I did load it in their favour, and Alfred was probably always going to lose that one. But there we are. He did escape, which is good news for him. And he also took Baccus as a captive. So there we go. All right, looking at the casualties then, the Vikings only lost 3 units. 1 of the Huskarls and 2 of Berserkers, who actually weren't that impressive this time around. Anglo-Saxons, though, look at that, 14 units lost and another 7 running away. So a comprehensive rout for the Vikings. However, from the perspective of battle points, what I didn't really consider was anybody getting captured. Anyway, the Vikings got 3 points for battle 1. They didn't kill any of the Anglo-Saxon leaders, so that's a total of 3 points. The Anglo-Saxons, well, they got a bonus point for Alfred escaping, and leaders killed / captured. Well, I've given them 1 point for getting Baccus there, so they get 2 overall, even though they actually got slaughtered in the field. Perhaps that's a bit generous. So I do have to laugh, and at the end of that, the campaign points, they both end up on 15 points. Ridiculous. It's a fix. Well, of course it is, because I worked out the scenarios accordingly. So there we go. However, in all seriousness, the 2 sides had effectively fought themselves to a standstill. The Saxons have proven that they can actually fight the Vikings, but because of continued arrivals of other armies from overseas, certainly the Viking threat was not going to go away anytime soon. So I'll close the campaign with one final quote from the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle. This year there were 9 general battles fought with the army in the kingdom south of the Thames, besides those skirmishes in which Alfred, the king's brother, and every single ealdorman and the thanes of the king oft rode against them, which were accounted nothing. This year were slain 9 earls and 1 king, and the same year the West Saxons made peace with the army. So there we have it. That is the end of For Heathen's Sake. I hope you enjoyed it. I had great fun with these new rules for me, and I'll certainly be playing more Age of Hannibal in the future, and hopefully some more campaigns. I hope you enjoyed watching that. It was quite a tight time schedule for me to get all these recorded and turned around for their anniversary, but it was a good challenge and fun to get them actually released on their anniversary dates. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye for now.